In this short video, I'm going to show you how to create a multiple choice quiz using the Goconqr website. Once you've registered and logged in, you'll always be taken to this dashboard screen, and it's from this screen that you can create new resources by looking at the top left hand corner and clicking the Create button. So we're just going to click a quiz in this particular instance, and on the next screen we've got an option to give the quiz a title. So we'll just call it a GCSE English quiz. Now later on, when we want to share and publish this resource and share it with students, we'll need to add some tags and a description, but we'll come back to that later. We'll just click on Save for the moment, and then we'll see that we've got three different question formats. There's multiple choice, which means there's one correct answer. Checkbox format means there's more than one correct answer, and then there's a simple true or false. We'll have a quick look at the multiple choice question, and when we click on that option, we've got some boxes into which we can insert some text. Now, before I started the video, I copied some text ready to paste in as a question. As the storm intensified, the trees shrieked angrily and lashed the air. So it could be you may want to make up a quiz that gives learners a chance to recognise and describe different stylistic devices, in which case we could say this sentence illustrates how an author uses, and then we can add some different options. We'll say irony, which is the wrong answer, alliteration, also wrong. And if we want to add an additional answer, we just click on that little green box that says additional answer. We could put similes. In this case, the correct answer is personification. So we'll just, over here on the right, we just check here to indicate the correct answer. Now, to add colour and interest to your quizzes, you could add images, in which case you just click on the upload image here, and you could also add images to your answers as well, but we don't need to do that today. Down the bottom here, however, I will show you a very useful feature, which is that you can add an explanation to your quiz question. So when students get to the end of a quiz, Goconqr will automatically mark the quiz, and then students can have a look back at the questions they got wrong, in which case it can be quite useful if you put in an explanation of why one particular option was correct, and so you can explain why that's an example of personification. So if we just click on Save and Return to Question List, you could see that we can now add a new question. It could either be another multiple choice question, or it could be checkbox or a true and false. We'll actually just view the quiz by clicking this button here, and that shows us. We can just quickly proofread that. As the storm intensified, the trees shrieked angrily and lashed the air. And then, so you've got these different options here that the students can choose from. This is where you would then click to move on to the next question, but we've only inserted one question into this particular quiz so far. Now, if we wanted to go back to edit it, you'll see in this little toolbox on the left hand side here, you've got some options. So if we want to edit it, we can just click edit there. Okay, and that will take us back to that panel, and if we were to click here, we've got an option then to go back and edit those questions if we've made any mistakes. So we just click here again. Okay, so we just click on View the Quiz. Now, if we went on and added some more questions, if we wanted to share this quiz with students, we've got an option here, the little arrow that says share. So if we click on share, it will tell us that we haven't published this resource yet. Okay, so we just need to click on the Publish Now, and that will prompt us to add some tags. All the quizzes that you make up, all the public quizzes you make up, will be accessible by anyone coming to the website. And so to help students find particular quizzes or flashcards or mind maps around a particular topic, you can add particular tags. So we'll just add some tags here. Yes, English, stylistic devices, and then we just add a little description here. Practice in recognizing stylistic devices. So we just click on save and publish. We've now saved that now. So it would now bring up this little panel, which gives us the information that we need to give to our students. So if we wanted to share this particular resource with a student, we could just kind of double click on there and to highlight the web link, and then if we right click there, and we can go to copy, so we can then just copy that link and then put that into an email or onto our website, so that students just click on that link and they'll then be taken to the quiz. We'll just cancel there. There are lots of other ways in which you can share these resources with students. That's probably the method that I use most often, because you can often, when you're working on your quizzes, you'll always see this little toolbox down the left hand side. You'll see that you've got an option here to move the quiz. If I click there, you'll see that there's an option which will enable me to move the quiz to another folder. Okay, just wait for that to come up. You'll see that on the dashboard there are different folders I've set up for the different resources that I create. So if I click there, GCS English, and then move, I'll move that quiz to that folder in my dashboard. If you ever get a little bit lost as to where you are on the Goconqr website, just click on that G icon there, and that will take you back to the dashboard. Here you can see the little quiz that we've just made, and actually if I go to my subjects folder here, you'll see, if I click there, you'll see that the GCSE English quiz appears there. So again, we've got some different options here in terms of being able to play and edit. So I'll just go back to the dashboard, clicking on that G icon there. So that's a quick video that shows you how to create a multiple choice quiz for your students, and I hope that's been useful.